Joe, thank you for taking the time to talk with us about assessment and feedback, evaluative judgment. Can you tell us a little bit about what is evaluative judgment?
Sure. And thanks, Kelly, for having me here.
Thank you.
Evaluative judgment is something, it's a relatively new term, but the idea has been around for a little while now. And it's to do with how individuals are able to judge the quality of work, both of their own work and the work of others. It kind of sounds a little bit like self-assessment, but it's more than that because it deals not only with your own performance, but thinking about your performance in relation to standards and also thinking about other people's performance and actually making those judgments and committing to saying, yes, I think this is a good one, or no, I think this thing needs more work.
So evaluative judgment, is this something that academics do? Or are you suggesting this is something that students should be doing?
Yeah, so we think that evaluative judgment is something that everyone should develop over the course of time. So hopefully academics have evaluative judgment in their areas of expertise, in the areas of scholarship. But it's also something that we want to build within our students because when students get beyond the university, they're also going to need these abilities to be able to look at the quality of work, determine if they need to ask for help, for instance, or get other people involved, get more feedback, pursue further learning opportunities so that they are able to perform their job or participate in society in a way that is helpful and meaningful and ultimately does good.
Yes, thanks, Joe. Thinking about this in relation to stronger learner-teacher relationships, how do stronger learner-teacher relationships play in with the notion of assessment and feedback?
Good question, Kelly.
Thank you.
With both assessment and feedback, I think there has to be some kind of element of trust, of a shared understanding of what's happening, what's going on, and what the end goal is. And one of the ways that you can help develop that shared relationship is really about shared understanding, is really about having a relationship in which people can be a little bit more tentative, a bit more exposed, and sort of share and grow and develop together.
So if we think about the learner-teacher relationship around assessment and feedback, at the moment, it seems it's a transaction, or assessment and feedback is a technical kind of an exercise. Why is it you think more people don't see assessment and feedback as a relationship building process?
There are probably a whole range of reasons. Perhaps part of it is this environment in which we're in, where we've got pressures, external pressures.
What kind of external pressures?
Yeah. So things like accreditation bodies, we've got the idea that from the student perspective that you need to get through your degree in a particular amount of time, that it is a bit of, I'm here to get my degree, I just need that bit of paper. So these are kind of really difficult things to work against because it is the real world, it's the brute reality of, the environment which we're in. So they can sort of distract us from what we might all inherently want to do in building relationships, in seeing that our students get through, develop, grow as people.
Yep. So if we work on thinking about assessment and feedback, including evaluative judgment, as a process of building learner-teacher relationships that are more meaningful, how does that change the classroom dynamic and the curriculum dynamic?
Yeah, well, like you said, there's got to be less transmission, less transactional kind of stuff. I think it's really difficult to build an environment and a culture in which we can trust each other, in which we are in it for the same reason, because we've probably been exposed to a whole lot of different environments in the past where this has not been the case, and there have been real goals like a OP1, HR,
yes.
Those kinds of things really can sort of suffocate perhaps that more relational approach. Yeah.
So, as concisely, quickly as you can, last question, what is feedback?
Feedback is a process that involves multiple people in an interaction together where there's a shared goal and understanding, hopefully to improve performance in the future.
Yes, I love the focus on the process orientation of feedback. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, Jo.
Thank you, Kelly.